Okay, I'm live, supposedly. Let's see what YouTube is saying. Baby, I'm tired. It's always something. Okay, allegedly I'm live. Let me get the link so I can share to myself. What are y'all talking about? Straight. Okay. I closed the one that had all my damn emails on it. I'm gonna get this together. We gonna get on live and I'm gonna send out this text message to fix everything. What the hell? I don't have time for all these problems. Like I'm not on live. I'm sorry. I'm getting frustrated. I'm gonna have to edit this because that's ghetto. But I know what I'm gonna do to fix this. Okay. Hopefully this text message sends and I don't have any additional problems. Let us pray. Okay, now that should fix the issue of nobody getting on. That was my bad. Child, I don't know. Okay. Okay. I think I'm okay now. Okay. Listen, I was having some issues. Okay. You hear me? But we okay now. I had to figure some things out, but we are okay now. Y'all, I had some issues with getting the live going so I could share my screen, but we're good. I just sent out an email and text to all the other people that registered. So made a post on Instagram, all that kind of good stuff. So hey you guys, it's Rose. Sorry about the delay. I was having some technical issues, but let me know where you guys are watching from in the chat. Let me know what city you are watching from right now. Yeah. Only I can see it. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay, Chicago, Florida, Philly. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, y'all. DeSoto, Texas. Thank you for nervous. Yes, Kimberly, y'all. I was having some problems. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I started the stream, it wasn't streaming, so I had to like make another live link, but I sent the email in a text. Let me know if anybody got the text in the comments because I sent a text too. But either way, I definitely try to let everybody know we are here. We are on live and we're going to get things rolling. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. Okay, Atlanta. Grand Rapids. Where is that? Connecticut, Los Angeles. Okay, Jackson, Mississippi. Philly. No text, just email. Get it together, YouTube. I know YouTube needs to get it together for sure. You didn't get the text, but you did get the email. Okay, well, good to know y'all got the email. That way I can actually do that again really quick. I'm going to get started in like 2 minutes. I just want to give it a few more minutes for other people to join in. Things got a little interesting, things got a little interesting on the YouTube side, but we live and we learn. Regardless of the fact we are still live on here, I know it may not be all the 1,000 people that registered, but nevertheless, we're gonna make the best of it either way because we're here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, New Jersey, Chicago, Michigan, California. I'll be so excited. I want to just start out by saying I appreciate y'all for rocking with me because listen, I have touched all 50 states as far as people who follow me and all that kind of great stuff. And I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. So I just want to let y'all know it definitely does not go unnoticed. I love the fact that y'all love me in other cities. I'm considering, doing a little travel situation. I'm considering it. The Credit Karma hack didn't work for me. So that's why I was kind of saying too, a lot of times some things that are hacks really is a hit or miss because it can only apply to like certain type of accounts, things like that. So Michael Brown, you need one-on-one help real bad. I got you. We're going to go ahead and get started with everything. So let me start sharing my screen really quick. Actually, I want to be on the YouTube tab. Okay, so y'all should be able to see my screen right now. Yeah, y'all should be able to see my screen right now. Cool. If y'all can see my screen right now, you should see Experian on the screen. Put a 1 in the chat for me, please. If y'all can see my screen, put a 1 in the chat for me. Let me know y'all see everything. Yeah, the live is automatically going to be saved. So just so you guys know, because I specifically did the live on YouTube, because as soon as the live ends, it's automatically going to save on YouTube and it will be under my live section on my channel. So you guys can go back and access it at any time. That way you don't have to be like, oh, I didn't get the email, I didn't get this and that. As soon as we get off of here, all you have to do is go to my YouTube channel at any time and you will be able to access this live under the live tab because it's automatically going to save here on YouTube. Okay, great. So everybody can see my screen. Cool. Great. Okay, now that I know y'all can see my screen, we are going to go ahead and get started with everything. And if y'all haven't already, please like this live. Like this live for me. Give me some likes. If y'all are not subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe. On YouTube, honestly, I actually give more information than I do on Instagram because I go in depth about every subject as it relates to personal or business credit. So if you are watching this live right now, please make sure that you thumbs up the live. And then also, please make sure that you like this live. Put a thumbs up. Come on, y'all. I need everybody thumbs up. Go thumbs up the live and subscribe to my channel right now so we can go ahead and get started with everything. Oh, yeah. I want to get started. Our first step is we're going to go over how to dispute your personal information online, get started with the disputing process. So this live class, I'm going to be teaching you guys everything you want to know about disputing. I know a lot of y'all that are on the live right now, y'all have probably purchased one of my ebooks, whether it be the DIY, the eviction removal, repo, medical bill kit, late payments removal kit, whatever you purchased. I'm going to show you guys how to use that today. I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. I'm going to pull up the letters that you need to use, go over some credit reports. If you guys have your login details, like I put in the email for my free score now. So I need everybody to thumbs up the live so I can get started real quick. Everybody send me a little thumbs up. Make sure y'all subscribing to my channel. We got 30 thumbs up. We need to get to 50. I need a few more people to show me some love. But I'm going to get started really quick because the first step of your credit repair process, and one of the more important steps, is you want to dispute your personal information. The first way that the companies are coming back and saying, hey, this account is yours, the way that they come back and verify an account is that they confirm that the personal information that they have on file for you matches what the credit bureaus have. So out the gate, we want to start out with removing any of that personal information that we can, because that's going to help us remove those negative accounts and clean things up, because they can't verify the account if the information is not, matching. They don't have that actual information on your credit report. So that's the first thing I'm going to go over with you guys tonight. I'm going to be showing you how to dispute your personal information online. So for anybody just coming in, somebody type in the chat for me, step 1, dispute personal info. Type that in the chat for me. Step 1, dispute personal info. Because that's what we're going to do first. I want y'all to type that in the chat, so as people are coming in, they'll know what we're going over already. So type that in the chat for me. Step 1, dispute personal info. And I'm going to bring my screen share back up now. Okay, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Step 1, dispute personal info. Okay, we rocking. If y'all just coming in, make sure y'all thumbs up the live. I'm pulling up my experience screen right now. Really quick. Baby, what's going on? Why the screen moving slow? Okay. So I am on Experian.com right now. And basically the first step that you need to do is you're going to dispute your personal information. The fastest way for you to do that is disputing it online on your online account, because it will be removed within 24 hours. And I'm going to show y'all what I mean and explain that shortly. So first thing out the gate, I'm starting with Experian. Most people already have that account. You only need the free accounts. You do not have to do the paid one to dispute online or even get updates. So step 1, we're disputing our personal information online, and we're going directly on each credit bureau website. So you're going to make a free account for Experian, a free account for Equifax, and then also a free account for TransUnion. Now, today, I'm just going to show y'all how to do it on Experian, because it's really the same process on all 3 websites. You just gotta, make your login for each one. So if y'all want to follow along, make sure y'all have y'all notebooks out, because we're going to get straight into it. I don't like to beat around the bush about things. Also, if you have questions, please hold on to your questions until I end this section. It's easier for me to go through each section, go over everything, and then answer y'all questions, because I'm probably going to end up answering already. So the first thing, remember our step 1, we're going over disputing personal information. So let me get this section completed, and then we'll go into questions about that. And then I'll move on to where we're going to get started with your actual disputing your accounts. So I am on Experian.com right now, and I have scrolled all the way to the bottom of the screen. And I am going to click on the tab that says Help Center. And you can also do this if you are on the app. So we're going to click on the Help Center. And we're going to pull that up, because we're going to get started with disputing our personal information. Now, remember, you need to do this for all 3 credit bureaus. So you must make a free account for each one. I'm just showing you right now how to specifically do it on Experian.com. I don't know why. Because we are on live and I'm doing a screen share, it's kind of delayed. So that's why it's kind of loading slow for y'all. So the next thing I'm going to select is file a dispute. And once I have decided to file a dispute, we are now in the actual dispute center. The dispute center is important because this is where you can dispute your personal information. But most importantly, that I want y'all to notice, I have highlighted on the screen where it says completed disputes. If y'all can see completed disputes highlighted on the screen, put a 1 in the chat for me. Make free account for all 2 credit bureaus. Correct. They trying to charge me. Babes, if you're on Experian, it'll ask you, do you want to do the paid account? Just click no, ask me later. You shouldn't have to. It is going to ask you if you want to do the paid account, but it's not a requirement. Just skip over that. Okay, great. Everybody sees on the screen where I have highlighted completed disputes. Cool. So when you do your disputes, write this down. By law, the credit bureaus have 30 days to respond to your disputes that you send in. And somebody type that in the chat. By law, 30 days for them to respond. I'm trying to condense it. So write that down. Legally, every time you send in a dispute, they have 30 days to respond to your disputes. That is a legal thing they have to abide by. If they don't respond to your disputes in that 30 days and you never get a response, they are legally supposed to remove whatever you originally had on your dispute letter because they didn't respond in that allowed time. So it is important for you to keep up with the date that you're sending out your letters. And the best way for you to do that is to send it certified mail. And I'll go into that once we go more into disputing. But what y'all see on the screen right now is where it says completed disputes. The second reason I want you to make your free account on all 3 credit bureau websites is because you will have access to the dispute center on all 3 of those. And each of them have the section for you to check your dispute results. By law, they have 30 days to respond, and they're supposed to send you an updated credit report in the mail. But we all know the mail can get delayed. You might not get it, whatever the case may be. So the fastest way for you to get updates, you make your free online accounts. As your disputes are processing, you're going to start getting emails, and you can log in and go to the dispute center and look at your completed disputes at any time. If it says processing, that means, they're currently working. That way, as soon as your disputes are done, you can view your results directly online, so you don't have to wait, for the mail to come in. So if everyone understands where to check their disputes that have been completed or processing, put a 2 in the chat for me. Just want to make sure we all on the same page. Yes. Okay. Cool. By law, we all know it takes 30 days to respond. Yes. I'm also having y'all type it in the chat because, sometimes we remember things from hearing it. Other times we remember things from writing it down and seeing it. So I want, for this to be embedded. Dizzy, you said, so download all 3 apps. I don't think Equifax or TransUnion have an app. You need to sign up on all 3 credit bureau websites. Don't worry about apps. This ain't an app situation. You want to sign up, go on the website, go on Experian.com, TransUnion.com, and Equifax.com, and you want to sign up to make a free account. That is your main thing that you're doing. All of them don't have apps. Only really Experian does. Yeah. Okay, cool. So for anybody just coming in, we're just getting started. I'm showing y'all how to dispute personal information online. I have logged into my Experian account. You can sign up with them for free. And then you pretty much just go to the help center at the bottom, select that you want to start a dispute, and then you'll be in a dispute center like you see right here. This live is recorded. As soon as we're done, it's automatically going to save in the live section of my YouTube channel. So if you're coming in late, you can always review back what I went over in the beginning at any time. But now we are going to start a new dispute. That's our next step. We're going to click the big purple button that says start a new dispute. And then we are going to click on the tab that says personal information. That's the next thing that we're going to do. Click on the tab that says personal information. And then the first thing that you will be able to see on the screen is going to be your addresses. Now, for privacy reasons, we on the internet. I'm not going to show y'all my addresses. But as you can see, you see where it says the little address thing at the bottom. When you see addresses, any address that has ever been associated with you is going to be in that section. Anything you've ever done. Matter of fact, I'm going to stop my share really quick so I can just go to my office address. Because that's the only thing y'all will ever see of me on the internet. YouTube and all, baby. Okay. I brought my screen back up. We are in the addresses section. So all I did was click on the address. This is technically it's my office address, but it's missing the suite number. So I know this is not my full address that I received mail at. So I know this is one that I'm going to go ahead and go into dispute. So once you get to the address section, the first thing that you want to do, you want to look and see, hey, what address do I not currently receive mail at? Anything you currently do not receive mail at, you want to start disputing. If you don't currently live there or receive mail there, you need to dispute it to take it off of your credit report because it could be associated with some negative. It could be holding your credit score back. I have seen people get score boosts from removing old personal information. I've seen accounts fall off of people's credit report, especially students in my class, from removing personal information. That's the first thing that they're all super successful with doing, and they be so excited, like, dang, it really came off in like 3-4 hours. So I want y'all to have that same success. So go through your addresses, look for anyone that's not your current mailing address, and you are going to click Never Live There. Now, as y'all can see, I got a little pop-up on mine because this office address is associated with my Nordstrom's credit card, which is okay. Sometimes you are going to have addresses associated with accounts you have. If that's the case, we're just going to skip that one. The main thing, click on the address that's not your current mailing, select Never Live There, and as long as you see the little next button highlighted at the bottom for you to click next so you can go ahead and move forward and, start removing any of that information that's any of those old addresses that may be associated with you. Now, once you start scrolling through your personal information, you guys may have phone numbers that are old and outdated. If it's not your current phone number, put that it's inaccurate. You can have old jobs. If you don't currently work there, take it off too, because an old company you have a collection with could be reporting that job, and we want to take off anything that's not current. And then the last section is going to be names, and that's what I'm going to go over next with y'all. So let me pull up the names really quick. The name section, should I say. So now I'm going to pull up the name section really quick. The reason that you're going to use is Never Live There. So remember, step 1, we're going to select any address we're not receiving mail at currently. And then we're going to select Never Live There. That's the reason you're going to use for all of them. Don't overcomplicate it, y'all. Just use that one reason. And then as long as that little purple next button is highlighted, go ahead and keep adding in all your addresses and personal information you can. If a phone number is outdated, put inaccurate. If a job is, dispute that too. And then the last section is going to be the name section. Now it says, for your protection, names are typically not disputed online. Please contact us for assistance. Now, all you need to do, if you have a name Now I'm going to tell y'all right now, don't overcomplicate it on the name side. If your name is spelled incorrectly, if they didn't hyphenate it, if they have you listed as your middle name, last name, those are the 3 reasons that you can dispute a name. You cannot take off your maiden name because that is your original name. You can usually take off married names if you got divorced or something, but for the most part, if it's spelled incorrectly, they're missing a part of your name, or they have you as a middle name, last name, you can dispute those names. Now, for the purposes of Experian only, you have to call and dispute the names over the phone. Now, when you go on Experian or Equifax or TransUnion, if you have any problems disputing online, you are going to have to call the credit bureaus, and they'll have the number listed for you, like you see right here with Experian. And all you do is tell them the same thing you see online over the phone. Hey, this name is wrong. Hey, this is not my address. Never lived there. Don't overcomplicate that. Anything you can't dispute online, just call them and say, hey, this need to be taken off. It's inaccurate information, and they will process it online over the phone if you're having an online problem. Now, Experian is the only one that requires you to call in about the names. So if you see your name spelled wrong, just say that, so on and so forth. So that's pretty much your main steps as far as what you need to do to dispute your personal information online. An account that doesn't belong to me is listed on the wrong address. Okay, if you see any address that's listed and is incorrect, this is your time to go ahead and start disputing it and put never lived there. That's going to help you with removing that account. Any address you're not currently living at anymore, you don't receive mail at, I would suggest you take that off of your credit report, because it's going to help your disputing process. And also, even with financing, having a bunch of addresses, they might end up asking you about them. You want to clear up your credit report as much as possible with just your current information, not all that old stuff, that's not really even associated with you anymore. How do you get to this section? If right now I'm on Experian, I went down to the bottom of the screen. Matter of fact, I went to the bottom of the screen where it said Help Center. And then from there, I clicked on Start File a Dispute. And that took me to the personal information section, which is what we just went over. Now, so if you came in late, this class is already recorded. It's going to save on my live YouTube section as soon as the class is done. So you can just refer back to the beginning if you get lost. What about juniors versus not having junior on the end of your name? If that's a situation, you can dispute that name. You adding junior on the end of your name can be really important, because sometimes they will mix you up with the senior. So I would say if you're missing that junior on the end of your name, that would be something I would dispute. Can we select resident type is inaccurate? If that's what you choose to do, you do that. But from my experience, never lived there is enough. But, that's what you want to do, go off. If the account, remember, we want to focus on removing what we can, Kimberly. So there may be some addresses that are associated with an account. That's okay. We want to remove what we can, because that doesn't mean you can't take the account off just because it's an address associated with it. So the first step is disputing our personal information and focusing on taking off everything we can, so we can go ahead into our next step, which is doing our dispute letter. Yeah, that's going to be our next step. We're going to be doing our dispute letters. So now I am about to, we're going to start going over credit reports real quick. Let me pull it up. Un momento, por favor. So, if you guys have any additional questions about disputing personal information, let me know in the chat. Right now, we're just talking about personal info. I don't want to go into disputing questions because I'm finna go over that section, and a lot of y'all questions I'm probably gonna answer. So, if you have anything else about disputing your personal information, let me know in the chat. Do I repeat the process over if they don't remove the account after the third dispute letter? I'm going to go into disputing now. I don't want to answer any disputing questions until I go over that section because it's going to cause us to be discombobulated, and I want to really focus on keeping everybody on track. So, hold on. I'm finna pull up the credit report really quick. So I'm about to pull up an example credit report really quick for y'all. You still have it drinking on up. Okay. Baby, now my phone moving slow. Okay, so now we are going to go into our step 2. We are going to start disputing that personal info. I mean, not personal info. I'm sorry. Now we're going to start disputing stuff on our credit reports. So I'm about to pull up a credit report really quick for y'all so I can show y'all what I mean. But if everybody is loving the class right now, I know first of all, we got 70 people on the live right now. I need y'all to go back and thumbs up this live right now. If y'all watching right now, I need everybody to thumbs up this live while I am pulling up the credit report so that we can get started on going over that. So I need y'all to thumbs up this live right now. Show me some love. Thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. I'm about to pull up the credit report right now so we can get started on the disputing process. I'm going to go over what you do in round 1, what you do when they come back updated, verified, all that kind of good stuff. So please thumbs up the video so I know y'all rocking with me, how I'm rocking with y'all. I need everybody to thumbs up the video, please, if you haven't already. Give me a second. I don't know why it's like moving super slow for me to log in to this credit report. Because I can't use my own for this. I ain't got nothing to dispute. Okay. That is so crazy. I'm trying to think about it. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Because I think because I'm doing this live on this screen share, this is not going to be one that I share. Because, talk about technical difficulties on this live. It's always YouTube for me. Okay. Y'all still there? Let me know something. Let me know. Okay, great. Thank y'all for the thumbs up. Are y'all subscribed to the channel already? Because just so y'all know, I'm working on my YouTube career. As y'all can see, I'm becoming a star on here. So subscribe to the channel, please. Support a small Black business. Thank you. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I actually just dropped a really cool video today about like work from home jobs that you can do with no degree required. Definitely check out my other YouTube videos when y'all are on my YouTube channel. Oh my God, why the hell is everything moving so slow? This pissing me off. I ain't got time for this. That's why I ain't saving this. Because why the hell is it taking so long? Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. It really be the internet. It don't even be me. It be these technical things because I'm honestly a tech savvy person. So it's them, not me. I swear. But I want to pull up a good credit report really quick. That would be a great example for you guys. That way I can hit it. Okay. Bam. There we go. I haven't been subscribed. Thank y'all. Yes. Oh my God. I didn't even know y'all could hear that dog toy. Y'all, my dog is on the patio. The fact that you can even hear the toy is crazy. I'm really feeling low key go take it anyway. Yeah, the fact that you can even hear that is crazy. Not today. All right, y'all. So this is a website that I really like to use. It is called My Free Score Now. Let me tell you. There is a few reasons that I really love to use this website. Number one, you are going to get a 3-bureau credit report, which means we can see your Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion all on one website. So for my people who have already purchased my ebooks and you like, dang, if you want to be able to dispute how I am about to show y'all what y'all need to do, all that kind of great stuff, I would strongly suggest that you get you a 3-bureau credit report. That is honestly going to be essential to your disputing process. So I'm going to put this in the chat for y'all right now. I just put the link in the chat for you to get a 7-day free trial for $1. So if you guys want to sign up and you want to get a 3-bureau credit report like I'm about to show y'all on the screen so you can follow along with me and go through your disputing process as you're creating your letters, I just put the link in the chat for y'all. So boom. We have our 3-bureau credit report. So this score right here, this is always going to be your TransUnion score. If at any time you want to check and see if your scores have changed, like for this particular person, it said they started at a 406, they've already gone up 24 points just from being, going through the process of me teaching them everything. So you can click this little refresh button at any time. But the first thing I always like to do is see, hey, do you have any credit cards? What they can be paid down to. One of the great features about this website, hold on. Okay, so one of the great features about this website is you can see your credit card utilization and what you need to pay it down to for you to get a credit boost. Everybody don't have bad credit, honestly. Some people, you just need to pay down your credit card utilization. So I'm going to go over, how you can look and see if that's you. We're going to go to the menu button and then we're going to go to Score Boost. Now this Score Boost section is going to show us what credit cards this person may have, if they pay them down, where it can take them. So you can see on the screen right now, it says the future score could be a 614. So for this particular person, y'all already see they're at a 430. But the biggest factor holding them back right now from being in the 600s is their actual credit card utilization. So this is a perfect example of sometimes you don't have low credit scores or bad credit. Your utilization is just high and it's holding your scores back. So this person could potentially go up 168 points just from paying down their credit card debt. And then on the website, it'll also show you like what company you may owe, how much you owe. And if you look at everything, it shows to get the 168 points, you need to pay down your balance by, this person needs to pay down their balance by April the 17th, and they will see a credit score update by April the 21st. Now, for my people who have credit cards, this is something important for y'all to understand. If you have credit cards, you need to know everything needs to be paid down to 30% usage or less every time. That's the only way you're really going to be able to see a difference in your credit score is to get that credit card down to 30% usage. So for example, let's say their credit limit is probably $4,000. So 30% of $4,000 would be about $1,200. So even if, they pay X amount of dollars, it'll show you if you pay this amount, your score will go up 67 points, so on and so forth. But the main thing for you to know is your statement date. When your statement ends, whatever your balance is on that day, that's what they're going to report to the credit bureau. So usually your due date, this person, their due date is the 17th. Usually 3 days later is your statement date when the statement ends. So you always want to make your payment by your due date to ensure that when your statement ends, your balances are at 30% usage or less, and you don't have to worry about seeing a hit on your credit. If you got high utilization, the main thing you need to do is work on paying it down. It's going to significantly help boost your credit scores. But you need to know when your statement date is. If you're wondering, how do I find my statement date? Go on your credit card app, click on the statement, and it literally has the date on there. Everybody's statement ends on the same day of the month. And you need to make sure you're paying your bill and your payment is posted by that date. Once you make that payment, Don't use the card again until it updates on your credit score, on your credit report, on that statement date. So if your bill is due on the 17th, you pay the bill. You don't use it again until after the 21st to ensure that your scores have updated. You get all the points you need to get, and then you can proceed from there with using your credit card. Disclaimer, myth buster. Paying your credit card bill twice does not count as two payments. If you have a higher debt on your credit card, I would suggest you pay it, every 2 weeks when you get paid or something, to pay down the balance faster. And if you have multiple credit cards, it's honestly better for you to work on the lowest balance, pay that one down to 30% usage, then go on to the next card. Pay that one down to 30% usage, then go on to the next card. So don't overwhelm yourself. If you have multiple cards, work on getting your lowest balance down, pay the minimum on the others. Once that's down, you move on to the next, so on and so forth. If you try to start with the highest one, you're going to get discouraged. If you try to pay everything at once, you're not going to see no difference. So focus on one card, pay that one down, and keep moving on from there. So now we're going to go start looking at the credit report. I'm going to go to reports, and I'm going to go to 3B reports and scores. It's a habit chicken. Does anybody have questions about credit card utilization only? Not how to go on, just credit card utilization. That's a big just to it down, just to pay the card down. Yes, a lot of people don't realize, baby, that utilization, your credit card utilization is payment history is 35% of your credit report, and then utilization can be about another 30. That's 65% right there. So payment history with paying on time and keeping your balances down are one of the biggest things that will affect you, and it's one of the biggest ways to get your scores back up without adding anything new, just based on accounts you already have. So that's why it's important for you to keep that down. Because if you max out your cards, if you didn't max out with them, you're going to max out, with a new lender. So that's why we got to keep it down so we look financeable, credible. We don't spend everything they give us. Where will you find the other two credit bureau scores on here? If you go to the menu and then you go down to reports, 3B reports, that's what I have pulled up for y'all now. That's where you're going to see all three. Hey, Letitia. Would I suggest paying off a credit card before paying off a collection? Yeah. As y'all just saw, that person credit score will literally go up 168 points from paying down just that one credit card. They don't even have other ones. So paying down your credit card is going to do way more for you than paying a collection. It's not a guarantee that paying a collection is actually going to help take the account off your credit, and it ain't going to boost your credit score. Paying a credit card debt, that's going to boost your credit score. Paying a collection will not. The only way that will help is if they take a collection off, if they agree to completely remove it. If they don't say remove it and update it as paid, that's not going to help your credit. It's still going to sit on there. It's just going to say paid, and it ain't going to do nothing for you. So if I had to choose between paying my credit card down and a collection, I'm going to pay them credit cards down. Yes, utilization can definitely help or hurt you. Will canceling a card affect your scores? That's a great question. If it is your oldest credit card, it can affect your credit scores from dropping because that oldest account is no longer there and your history is shorted. So in my opinion, and let me tell y'all something else, because this for the people that got all them damn credit cards. Y'all need to pay some of them cards off and close them, because I've been doing credit repair. I fixed my own credit 6 years ago. I did it for a business going on 5 years. The first thing to go when times get hard, you get sick, you lose your job, whatever happens, them credit cards is the first thing to go. And it's no reason for you to have 5 credit cards, babe. You 3. 3 is the max. So if you got 10 and you got a bunch of store cards, you need to start pulling up your credit report, which I'm finna show y'all how to do now. I'm finna show y'all how to see the date open of your cards. And you need to start closing some of those cards that you're not using. Pay down the balance and close them out. You need to get yourself down to 3 cards. 5 is really too many, but at the most 3 to 4 cards, so that you don't have all this debt that you're paying. That's just extra money that you're giving out you don't need. So I want to emphasize, let some of them damn cards go. What about student loans? I'm going to go into student loans in a minute. We talking about credit cards right now. Okay, 3 is fine, Jazz. You good. Navy Federal denied me for a credit card, even though I did a pledge loan and I paid 50% off 2 months ago and I have a secured card. Letitia, we're going to talk about that in a DM. You already in the class. Right now, I'm just talking about utilization. I'm about to go into disputed, and then I'll allow y'all to ask other questions then, but I'll answer your question about the Navy Federal hack. 4 is okay, Desi. 3 to 4 is okay. I don't have any. Gonna get a secured card after this live. If you do not currently have any credit cards, I would suggest that you at least get one. If you don't have the best credit to be able to get one, a great option is going to be a secured credit card. And in that case, I'm always going to suggest that you get one with your current bank or credit union. Because after you had it, usually for about 3 to 6 months, they will switch you over to giving you an actual credit limit because you've built a relationship with them, showing you paying on time, you doing what you need to do. So if you're going to get a secured credit card, that is going to help build your credit score up. If you don't have the best credit, make sure you get it with your current bank or credit union. And if you don't have a bank, just get one with Capital One. Okay. So I'm on the 3 bureau credit report. Just so y'all know, I went to the menu. And then under reports, I went to 3B reports and scores. And then I'm just going to start going through this person's credit report. And we're going to start with this first account because this is the first account that has gone into collections. So boom, everybody who's starting their disputing process, whether you're just getting started or, you've already sent out dispute letters before, I'm pretty much going to go over what y'all need to do. That one's separated. I don't want to do nothing that's separated. Okay, this is our first account. The first thing that we're going to be looking at, we're starting our disputing process. The first line is always going to be the account number. Just so y'all know. Now, I know you're wondering, how do I know if an account is a collection? Step 1. You're going to look at where it says payment status. I highlighted payment status on the screen for y'all. If y'all can see that, put a 1 in the chat for me right now. Put the 1 in the chat. Drop the 1 in the chat. I'm going to tell y'all how to determine if you need to dispute an account or not. Everything that's closed is not negative. You could be removing positive payment history. So if you see on the screen, put a 1 in the chat. You see, I don't know why it's not completely highlighted, but payment history. All right, cool. Payment status. So the payment status says collection charge off, which means this has gone into collections. It is an unpaid balance reported as a loss by the credit grantor. It's a charge off account with a credit card company. So this is a negative account that has gone into collections that we need to dispute to remove off of your credit report. If your account, and this is why you need your 3 bureau credit report, because remember, I put the link in the chat for y'all to get signed up. We see our TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax all on one website. And we see that this account is a collection charge-off, which means it is a negative account that we need to dispute to remove from our credit report because it's affecting us negatively. No exceptions. Ain't no what ifs, ain't no what abouts. If it says collection charge off, dispute it to remove it. If it does not say that, leave it alone. If it says closed and paid, you don't need to dispute that. You could be removing positive payment history. You don't want to do that. We only want to dispute to remove accounts that say collection charge off only. Only. Yeah, so collection charge off accounts only. All right, so boom. Now that we know that's the case, we notice a negative account, we got to start disputing it. So the first thing I'm going to start looking at is the account details. So let me tell y'all why you're able to remove accounts off your credit. Legally, based on a Fair Credit Report Act, which you could Google, by law, the credit bureaus are supposed to report accurate account information. You doing it is not making it accurate. It don't matter if you, your auntie, or your grandma did it. None of that matters. Grain Technology contacted TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax and gave all three of these companies the same account information. So there's no reason that the details should not match up. Anywhere where that account information does not match up, by law, you have a right to dispute this account, for the credit bureaus to remove it for reporting inaccurate details on your credit report. So that's how you're able to remove accounts, because the account details don't match up. A prime example, we're going to look at the date open on here. TransUnion says the date open was June the 25th of 2021, and Experian says the date open was June the 1st of 2021. It is impossible for one account to be open on two different dates. So if you currently have an account that is credit card debt like this one, you can literally start out with the dispute reason: the date open is incorrect. This applies to credit card debt, if you got an auto loan, medical bill, all that kind of great stuff. So if you have a credit card debt account on your credit like this, we see that the date open is incorrect. So that's literally our dispute reason. So for my people who have purchased my DIY ebook, that is already listed on the letter for y'all. So let me pull it up really quick. So I'm putting on the screen right now the round one dispute letter that is already in my DIY kit. So this is the round one dispute letter that I created. It's in the DIY kit. If y'all don't already have one of my DIY kits for you, you want to get started on your credit repair process, I'm going to put the link in the chat for y'all to get it, so that, y'all can have it, because you're going to need dispute letter kit to get started with your credit repair process. You're going to need it. It's a requirement. It's not really something that you can get around, because you have to be able to create your dispute letters, get those up and going, so you can start mailing out your disputes to, get these negative accounts off of your credit report. So I just put the link in the chat for y'all. If you don't already have any of my DIY kits, you can get my DIY credit repair kit. It's $10 for the time being. And the letter that you see on the screen is included, as well as dispute reasons, inquiry letters. It's a whole kit for everything that you need. It's the all-in-one. I did my big one on that one, I must say. Okay, so this is a DIY kit. The first little paragraph is just like, hey, I don't agree with these items you listed below appearing on my credit report. I would like for them to be immediately investigated. La la la. Baby, I want to emphasize, everything in red is my notes to you. So read them and apply them. I do suggest that you paraphrase this first paragraph. If everyone sends in the same letter, it can cause them to say, oh, we're not going to process your disputes. It's a company, blah, la, 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 la. So to avoid that, switch the wording up. Just paraphrase it a little bit. Just switch the wording up into your own words. That's all I ask to help your process go along better. Now, I already know y'all gonna ask me this 5 times, so please listen up closely. Everybody listening, everybody tuned in. I want to make sure. List all your accounts on one letter, one dispute reason per account. So, for example, if you got 5 collections, you're going to number your letter 1 through 5. You're going to choose your dispute reason, put the company name, account number, bam. Please keep it simple. If you already have my DIY kits, I already formatted the letters for you. All you got to do is plug in your account information. So if you don't have the kit already, you need to get it. So all you got to do is copy and paste and mail off your letters. So boom, we determined the day open is incorrect. That is all you put for your dispute reason. That's it. You don't need to say TransUnion said it was this, Equifax said it was that. Their job is to investigate and confirm this account details. We don't need to say all those extra things. The dispute reasons that I have on a letter for you is exactly what you need to use, because remember, I already did all the hard work. All you got to do is plug in your details. So the date open is incorrect. The company name was Grain Technology. The account, you copy and paste that account number and just say, please remove from my credit report. And that's it. Your first account is done on your dispute letter. We can move on to the next one. Yeah, that's literally it. So that's your example of a dispute reason that you can use. And if you're wondering, where's my account number? Remember, if you have your 3-bureau credit report, that's the very first line, the account number. Copy it as it is. If it got 5 stars, add the 5 stars. Don't complicate it. Copy and paste it as it is. Put it on the letter. Bam. Account number 1 is out the way. We have just disputed our first account on your credit report. I have all your ebooks. Can I join the class? Michael, yes, you can. And I'm very glad that you asked that. So I just went over our disputing process on how you can dispute negative accounts on your credit report. As you guys know, this is a free class where I'm just basically teaching you how you can use my ebooks to dispute things off of your credit report. But if you actually want my one-on-one help, where I will actually pull up your credit report, go over it with you one-on-one, like I'm actually logging into your credit report, I'm going to go over all your accounts with you directly and tell you, hey, you need to use this reason. These are the accounts you need to dispute. Like, if you want a play-by-play of me telling you exactly what you need to do on your credit report specifically, I do host a live disputing class every Tuesday at 7:30 Central PM on Zoom. So me and you are going to get on Zoom one-on-one, and I'm going to go over your credit report with you specifically. It's not going to be, me just giving general information. I'm actually going to be going over your report, telling you what to do. I'm going to tell you what credit builders to add, exactly what accounts you need to dispute to remove them from your credit report, all that kind of great stuff. So if you are interested in joining the class because you want my one-on-one help, that is the best way for you to do it. We're going to get on Zoom next Tuesday, and I'm going to go over your credit report with you one-on-one. Also, in between each class, I have a group chat so that you can ask questions. Every time people get results, they drop them in the group chat, all that kind of great stuff. And the class is only $24.95 a month. It's the cheapest credit repair you ever going to get, and you actually get live one-on-one help from me. You get access to me. And it's actually some of my students in the class tonight. So if y'all in the class, if y'all are on YouTube live right now and you are in my DIY class, give me a little shout out. Say, hey, I'm in the class. Let them know it's lit. Everybody loves it. So I just put the link in the chat for y'all to join the class. You can click that link and sign up. It's only $24.95 a month. Cheapest credit repair you ever get. So if you want my one-on-one help, Go sign up so we can have your credit report ready for Tuesday, and I go over everything and run it down for you. It is $24.95 a month. $24.95 a month. That is the price of the class. How do we sign up? I'm glad you asked that, Sarah. I just put the link in the chat for y'all right now. You can sign up today for the class with the link in the chat. So I wonder if I can, I'm trying to see. I don't think I can pin it. Oh, no, I did. I actually pinned that for y'all. I just pinned the comment for you. So if you want to sign up for the class, that comment is pinned for y'all. Baby, what happened to the chat? It's $24.95. So I just pinned the comment for y'all to sign up for the class. Okay, Sarah, you welcome, boo. I'll see you in the class next week. Erica, I'll see you then too. I'm so excited for y'all to join. So going back to the account, remember, this is a credit card that is going into collections. It's a charge off. So we determined that the date open was incorrect. Remember, anywhere where the account details aren't matching up, that's what we're going to be disputing. So another example is the date of last activity is incorrect because they have May the 25th, May the 1st, and then they have February the 1st. There's no way this one account was last active on 3 different dates. So another reason you could say is the date of last activity is incorrect. But remember, on grain, we are just going to choose one dispute reason. So we decided the date open was incorrect, and that's going to be our dispute reason. But each month, we're going to create our dispute letter, and we're going to send that in to the credit bureaus. When you send that into the credit bureaus, they have 30 days to respond to your disputes. 3 things are going to happen. Either the account is going to come back updated, verified, or deleted. If it's deleted, woo, it's deleted. If it's updated or verified, then we're going to pretty much just move on to our next step. So for my people who are past round 1, the next thing you're going to do in your round 2 or 3 is you're going to find the next inaccuracy you see, even if they updated some account details. If you're pulling up your credit report and you're still seeing that information isn't matching, so like for example on here, the highest balance is incorrect. They say either you owe $1,000, 0, or literally $1. If you still see the highest balance is incorrect after an account came back updated, your next dispute reason for round 2 would be the highest balance is incorrect. Round 1, we said the date open. Round 2, we're going to say the highest balance is incorrect. The main thing I want everybody to get into their heads is credit repair is a process. You're not going to send one letter and everything be taken off and your credit is at 830 days. It is a consistent process. And as somebody who did this as a company for several years, when you pay a company, all you do is they pull your credit report like I showed on here. They make your dispute letters for your accounts, send them into the credit bureaus. Some stuff is going to get deleted. Whatever remains in round 2, they're going to send out your next letter with the next reason, so on and so forth. So you can do this process. You just have to be consistent with it. You need to get in your head right now. I'm going to dedicate 3 to 6 months for me to fix my credit. Legally, it takes 7 years from the date the account closed for this to fall off your credit. So it would be 2030 before this one account would fall off your credit. Instead of waiting 7 years, lock in and decide, hey, I'm going to give myself 3 to 6 months to clean my credit up, get me to a 650, 700 club. You will see results in the first 30 days as far as accounts being removed and your scores building from you adding your credit builders as well. But overall, to fully clean it, you got to dedicate that 3 to 6 months. And lastly, I just want to say, you one round away from your breakthrough. If you're in round 2 and you're ready to give up, you could literally be taking off those accounts you wanted in round 3, but you not because you gave up. So you're one round away from your breakthrough. Do not sell yourself short by giving up too soon. That's all I'm going to say. And whether you do it yourself or pay a company, I promise you, it's going to take the same amount of time. Okay, Sarah. Okay, Michaela in the class next week. So who are sending the letter to? TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax, all of them. Yes, you are. I'm glad you asked that question because that's what I was going to bring up to you guys next. Now, let me bring this screen back up real quick. Now, what y'all gonna see on the screen right now is actually the self-paced portion of the DIY class. So remember, we're live every Tuesday at 7:30 Central PM, but I also have a self-paced class for y'all with all of my tutorials, my ebooks, all the letters, everything you need is in the class. So I give you more in-depth details and information here. Like month one, remember we already went over disputing personal information. I have a tutorial video in there. Now we're in step 3. We creating our letters. And we're going to send one letter to each credit bureau. So you have to send a letter to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion individually. They are not sister companies, which means they do not work together. They don't tell each other, hey, I took this off, so you should. So that's why you have to send one letter to each of them individually. And when you send that letter, you're going to put your dispute letter in that envelope, a photo ID, which can be a driver's license ID or passport. And then here's the kicker. Listen closely. A separate document for proof of address. Regardless of what address is listed on your ID, you need to send a document showing you currently received mail there within the last 30 to 60 days. So, for example, your ID, your dispute letter, and then you can send a bill, bank statement, or car insurance. Either of those 3. You just have to send a page with your name and address. So for me, I'm going to get my envelope. I'm going to put my dispute letter. I'm going to get my ID. So, bam. This is my envelope. I'm going to put my dispute letter. I'm going to put my ID. And then this is a copy of my bill, my bank statement. And then I'm going to take this to the post office and I'm going to tell them, hey, I want to send this certified mail, regular certified. So certified mail is going to give you a little green slip that has a tracking number. Because remember, legally, if they don't respond in those 30 days, they have to remove everything off your credit report because they didn't respond. So we want to make sure we can show proof that they got it on this exact date. So that's why you send it certified mail at the post office. And you just go in there and say, hey, I want to send it certified regular. It's going to cost you $12 to mail the 3 letters. If it's more than $12, you did something wrong. Just tell them, hey, I don't want to do no extra stuff. I just want to send it regular certified. So it's like $3 to $4 for each one. So it comes out to $12 for you to mail 3 letters. And now you have your tracking number. So if you need to track and see the date, let's say you mail it out now and the credit bureaus receive it on April the 15th. They have until May the 15th to respond, a full 30 days. Just regular 30, not business. And yeah, so also you get that deeper explanation in the DIY class because I do give y'all the self-paced portion along with my one-on-one help. So overall, whether you can attend every Zoom or not, you're going to get everything you need because I also had a group chat for you to, hey, Rose, I got a question. This came back. I'm trying to see what I should do next, so. Do you send, and you're going to send these letters by mail. That's why I was saying to the post office. Should I DM you? Carol Sanders, you said you work on Tuesday nights. Any accommodations? I usually will do a Wednesday class once a month as well for anybody who can't attend on Tuesdays. So Carol or anybody else, if Tuesday doesn't work for you, definitely you can still sign up, DM me and let me know. That way next week I'll do a Wednesday class so you can get straight in. Have so many that is over 20 years old on my credit. How do I remove them? Over 20 years old, the only way I usually see that is maybe if they sold the debt to another collection company. I don't know. That's a rare occasion. That is a very rare occasion. But the only I would say is if you know for sure it's over 20 years old, my go-to reason, if I know it's over that 7 years, this account is over 7 years old and legally needs to be removed from my credit report immediately. That's the reason I would use. This account is over 7 years old, legally needs to be removed from my account. When I send the dispute letter for the day open, and am I sending a separate letter to all 3 credit bureaus? So yes, Ken, you do. So you're going to make one dispute letter for each credit bureau, and then you're going to list all your accounts on there on each letter. So if you have all the same accounts, you can literally just make one letter and then just change the address and print it out 3 times and, send it off that way. What happens if all inaccuracies are verified or updated after 3 rounds? Should we go ahead and pay off the debt? Now, Chrissy, I hope that I did answer your question when I said credit repair is going to be a 3 to 6 month process, because some accounts, I'm going to tell you right now, them charge-offs, that credit card debt, that repo, auto loan went into collections, personal loans, anything where you were financed and they lent you some money. Those are accounts you're going to have to fight more diligently. It may take you, Chrissy, you might be able to remove it on the 4th month, but you're ready to stop right now. So I strongly would suggest giving it that full 3 to 6 month time frame, because those charge-off accounts, you signed a contract saying that you would agree to pay them back and you didn't. So they may be the ones that go back and forth with you more. Collections accounts like medical bills, eviction stuff, car insurance, those are easier to take off, but you're going to have to do this consistently. Sometimes you have to get more aggressive in your reasoning. So in the DIY class, I actually do give y'all more aggressive reasons. So once you're in round 3, I start giving you law reasons that you can use, saying like, hey, y'all saying this is verified. You did not show me any proof that this was legally verified. This account needs to be removed immediately. Based on the Fair Credit Report Act, you did not conduct a reasonable investigation. This account needs to be removed immediately. So as you get more further along each month in your disputes, I give you more aggressive dispute reasons. I show you how to file a complaint against the credit bureaus if they're not responding to your disputes. So there are additional things that you can do that I do show and offer you in the DIY class specifically, because it's just a lot of information to try to give somebody in an ebook that they may not understand. Copy of the ID. So everything you're sending, Erica, is going to be copied. So a photocopy of your ID, a photocopy of the bill, and then a copy of the letter. If you are using a bank statement, just print out the first page that has your name and address. You don't have to use the whole statement. You literally just need that page that has your name and address. Now, when you send in your disputes to the credit bureaus, the good crazy, they are going to respond to your disputes within 30 days. You will receive a dispute result in the mail. But remember, because you made your free online accounts, as soon as your disputes are completed, you'll get an email notification and you can check your dispute results in the dispute center, like I showed you guys in the beginning of the class today. I thought the usual will respond back to you via email once they remove it. Exactly. 20 years, I don't want to talk about it. Just remove it. What happens if one credit bureau reports the account as open, but the other 2 report it as closed? Also says collection charge off. That is a great question, Ken. And I'm sure we probably have one on the credit report that I have pulled up. So I'm going to go over another account to show you some other things that you can dispute. And what I normally do is I'll see that in the collection section. Okay, so I just found one. So remember, any of the 3 dates you can dispute. You can say the date of last activity was incorrect because this one says December the 1st, March the 1st. You can say the date reported is incorrect because this one says March the 5th, March the 1st. Or you can dispute the date open. So any of the 3 dates that you see not matching up, you can always start out with disputing one of those. But another thing that you can see as an inaccuracy that Ken pointed out, remember we looked at our payment status and this account says that it's a collection charge off. But we see on Equifax, this is a collection with LVNV. So if y'all have that on your credit report, this is same steps you could take as well. It says open. We know that this account has closed because it says collection charge off. So you can actually dispute that account status and say, this account status is incorrect. This account is closed. And that reason is actually already on the round one letter that I give y'all in the DIY kit as well. But I can, yeah. And I'll show you what I mean right now. The following status is incorrect. This account is closed. Yeah, the following status is incorrect. This account is closed. And if you guys haven't already, please like the video, thumbs up it, and subscribe to my channel, please. I am working to become a YouTube star, and the only way I can do that is y'all helping me by liking my stuff, turning me up a little bit, you know. So please like this live and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. If y'all feel like I'm dropping gems, drop a rose emoji in the comments. If y'all feel like I'm dropping gems, drop a rose emoji in the comments, please. Yeah, so if y'all feel like I'm dropping gems, drop a rose emoji in the comments for me. The credit bureaus have 30 calendar days. I knew somebody was going to probably ask that. 30 days. So if they receive your disputes on April the 15th, they have until May the 15th to respond. Do I state this is my fourth dispute letter and restart, or state this is my first letter? The answer is probably obvious. So you don't have to state which letter you on. The credit bureaus actually keep track of any dispute letter that you ever send in to them. So if you have ever sent in a letter to them, they already have it on file that you sent in a dispute. So you don't have to specify, oh, I'm on round 1 or I'm on round 4. Okay, so I am live on YouTube right now, y'all. So if you want to join the free disputing class, go click on the link in my story. That is the link to the YouTube video. But if you want a one-on-one with me, please make sure that y'all, I need a one-on-one. If you need a one-on-one, send me a DM right now. DM me one-on-one. I'm going to get y'all set up. But right now I'm live on YouTube. I forgot to go live on Instagram earlier and tell y'all. So if you want to join the live disputing class, I'm pulling up, going over credit reports. Click the link in my Instagram story. Link in Instagram story. Okay. So boom. Why AT&T the only one on my credit that verified that miss? Sometimes you can't have those collection accounts that are going to be tedious with you, but that goes back to what we were going over. So I'm pulling up this collection right now for LVNV. So remember, we already determined that the date open was incorrect, date of last activity, but we see that it's reporting as open on Equifax, but it clearly says that it's in collection. So that's incorrect. The following status is incorrect. This account is closed. They should never be reporting an account as open if you see that it says it's a collection on your credit report. Anytime you see that, you need to go ahead and start disputing it. And I'm live on YouTube right now. I actually have the credit reports pulled up to go over how y'all need to dispute your negative accounts. So I'm answering disputing questions right now. Learned so much already. I can do this. Yes, can do it. I have done this. It just comes back updated. So that goes back into what I said. SLT girl. A lot of times when people be like, I've been disputing, and I'll be like, oh, how many disputes have you done? I'm like, oh, I did 2. Remember, we want to dedicate the next 3 to 6 months to fixing our credit. It takes 7 years from the date close for it to fall off. Why give an account 7 years when you can be consistent with your process for the next 3 to 6 months and get them removed? So that's number one. If you need more one-on-one help, for my people who have already sent out 2 or 3 disputes, accounts are still coming back verified or updated, I suggest you join my one-on-one disputing class. I'm live every Tuesday at 7:30 Central PM. And then once a month, I try to do a Wednesday class for people who can't make it. The class is $24.95 a month. It is literally the cheapest credit repair you will ever get. So if you're been disputing, you need help, you've been sending in letters, they not really taking stuff off, join my class so I can help you with more advanced disputed reasons. You don't necessarily just have to point out inaccuracies. You can be disputing with the laws in the Fair Credit Report Act, consumer law. You can, if an account keeps coming back verified, you can dispute and say, how you need to remove this account immediately. You did not show me proof of what you verified. If they updated something, if you still see other inaccuracies on your credit report, you can take that off at any time. You do not have to give up on this process. It is a thing about being consistent, but that's all it really takes. What's the rule of thumb for how many disputes you send? So if y'all join my live on YouTube, I'm actually pulling up the credit report now, but to answer your question, if you got 10 collections, you're going to put all 10 on that dispute letter. Number your letter 1 through 10 and mail it out to the credit bureaus. As long as you're listing out each account individually and giving the account number, it doesn't matter how many you put on your letter. They are going to respond to each dispute individually because you listed them out 1 through 10. So don't feel like you can only put a certain number and then you got to wait till next month. Slap all that on that letter and send them out. Don't wait. Thank you so much. What about the student loans? Y'all keep asking me about student loans. Baby, I'm not going to lie to you. Them student loans, you cannot remove a student loan from your credit report that is open and active. The best thing you can do is get on an income-driven repayment plan, or you can apply for student loan forgiveness plans. Now, if you are working in public service, there's a public service forgiveness plan. They have that for teachers. Even if you work at a school or college, you would qualify. If you work as a medical assistant, pharmacist, pharmacy tech, nurse, if you are providing public service to the community, a lot of it is either teachers or people in the medical field. If you work at a nonprofit, you qualify for the public service student loan forgiveness plan. If you went to a school that has closed down, ITT Tech, DeVry, those type of schools like that. If you went to one of those schools that closed down, you qualify for the Borrower Defense Plan, which is a student loan forgiveness plan. And if you want more information on those, just go on the Department of Education, go to the Student Loan Forgiveness tab, and they list out all the ones that's there and what you can qualify for. But I just explained to you 2 that are available. If you don't qualify for those 2, then you have to get on an income-driven repayment plan or go in deferment if you can't pay back right now. But you cannot remove a student loan from your credit report that's open and active. You can't take it off. If it was a way, I honestly would have figured it out by now. But it's nothing really you can do. Because student loans are with the government entity, they make it very hard for you to avoid owing that debt, even if you file bankruptcy. So I hope that answers your questions about student loans. Because, baby, listen, if I could, trust me, I would. So if y'all want to sign up for the DIY, not the DIY class, if you are interested and you need some one-on-one help from your girl, you want me to pull up your credit report and go over with you and tell you exactly what you need to do, I have pinned the link on the YouTube live, but on Instagram, go to the link in my bio, join my DIY class. I'm live every Tuesday at 7:30 Central PM. And then, like I said, once a month, I do a Wednesday class just for anybody who can't make Tuesdays. It's $24.95 a month. It's the cheapest credit repair you'll ever get, and you get my one-on-one help. And I also have a group chat where we are in contact on a regular basis. Whatever questions you have, I answer them. When students in the class get results, they post them in the class all the time, I promise you. So we don't have a whole lot of time left, but there are a few other account types that I want to go over with y'all real quick before we get off of this live, just so that I know I've touched the bases on all of my ebooks, all that kind of great stuff. Okay, so boom. This person had a good example of like different accounts, so that's why I wanted to use it. ADT. Okay, so another account that can be reported on your credit that is one of my top ebook sellers is going to be evictions, broken leases, or rent debt. If you're interested in hearing more details about that, y'all put a 1 in the chat for me. Put a 1 in the chat because I want to go over that with y'all. I know a lot of people on YouTube Live, y'all purchased my eviction removal kit, which applies to evictions and broken leases. Oh, they do have a Fresh Start program. That's right. If your student loans have closed and been consolidated and transferred over, and it's your old account is reporting a late payments. Now, once the account has closed out, if it has a lot of late payments on it, first things first, you need to see how old they are. Late payments only affect you if they have been within the last 24 months. If those late payments from 2018, that's not something that's bringing your credit score down. I just want to put that out there. We only focus on late payments within the last 24 months. Now, if you do have late payments within the last 24 months, you can dispute that account to remove it from your credit report because you want to remove that bad late payment history. And that's where you will go more into disputing the day open, the account, the amount they say you owe. I went over all that on my YouTube Live. If y'all want to tune in on there, because I'm actually showing you more of what I'm saying because I can't share my screen on Instagram Live. But in that case, you can dispute the account to remove it off if they were transferred and you have some late payments within the last 24 months. Now, speaking of late payments, because I know people have questions about them. First and foremost, late payments is the only thing I don't promise nobody can for sure take off of their credit, because 9 times out of 10, you were actually late. If you have more than 3 late payments, they are not going to remove them because it's considered a pattern, and they're not going to update them as a good gesture because you've been a loyal customer to them. But if you have about 1 to 2 late payments, you can email the CEO of the company and request that they remove that late payment off, because lay it on heavy with the sob story. I lost my job, I was sick, whatever happened as to why you got that late payment, even if it's because you got a new debit card, because you were dealing with a fraud situation or whatever, you need to put that in your email. You can either email them or you send a letter, but you have to send it directly to the company. You don't do late payment disputes with the bureaus. You got to send it directly to the company. And my late payment removal kit, I give y'all the template of, what you can say. I give y'all the email addresses to the CEOs, and then I also will give you a mailing address if you want to mail the letter. But with late payments, you have to go straight to the company and pretty much beg for them to take it off. And it's only really if you got 1 or 2 within the last 24 months. If you don't have a late payment within the last 24 months, that's not what's holding your credit score back. It's something else. And I showed everybody in the class tonight how bad utilization can affect your credit. I have a client's report pulled up right now, and I'm going to show y'all. They currently are at a 430, but when I went to their credit card utilization, they could literally go up to a 614 just by paying off 1 credit card. That's how much credit card debt affects you, and that's why you need to get on top of it. So, okay, we said we was going to go over evictions and stuff. So, are we still Y'all, did y'all want me to go over eviction broken lease? Okay, yeah, y'all did. Okay, cool. Now, we already know if it's on our credit, we need to start disputing the account details. The date of last activity is incorrect. The day reported, date open incorrect, all that kind of great stuff. Now, the difference is if you have an eviction or broken lease, that's a particular type of account because I'm gonna pull it up right now. So what I'm pulling up right now is I had a breakdown of everything already for y'all in my DIY class. So that's what I'm finna show on YouTube Live. So with your eviction, broken lease, or rent debt, and y'all be too, I don't have an eviction, I have a broken lease. Baby, if you owe a balance, it's on your rental history. I'm gonna just say that. If you owe a balance for whatever rent debt, it's on your rental history 9 times out of 10. So the same way you pull your 3 bureau credit report, you have to pull your 3 bureau rental history report, which I give y'all in my eviction removal kit. If you need that, put eviction in the chat. Type eviction in the chat if you need it, if you don't have it already. So the 3 rental history bureaus is TransUnion Smart Move, CoreLogic, and Experian Rent. Those are your 3 rental history bureaus. So, and that's this is what's in my ebook. I show y'all the name of them, how to request your report, and the address to send your disputes to. So boom. First step, you have to pull each rental history report to see. My little light went out. You have to pull your rental history report to see if the account is reporting there. That's the first thing that you need to do. So that's what I give y'all. The TransUnion, CoreLogic, and Experian Rent, I give y'all the details to pull your rental history report. After that, once you pull it, you see if the account is reporting there. It'll say the name of whatever company you owe. It'll give an account or reference number. From there, you're going to take that eviction name and the account number, and you're going to put that on your dispute letter to the rental history bureaus, which is what I give y'all next in the kit. I'm trying to think about what's called a kit. It's an eviction removal kit, but it also applies to broken leases and rent debt. So boom. First, I showed y'all how to pull your rental history reports. Once you pull those, you get them in, you see where it's reporting, and then you put the eviction or rent debt name and the account number on your dispute letter that I provide. And you're going to mail that in to the rental history bureaus. By law, they have 30 days to respond to your disputes like the other ones. So you're going to mail that in now. And honestly, the good thing about evictions, broken leases, and rent debts is it's about a 90-day process. Honestly, my DIY students been killing this one. I've been seeing people getting them take off in the first 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. So it's really about a 90-day turnaround as long as you're being consistent with your disputes, with the rental history disputes. And it's important for you to pull these rental history bureaus because them apartments and them houses that you're trying to apply for, all those third-party companies pull directly from these 3 rental history bureaus because these are the main ones that report everything. So that's why you got to pull those 3 reports and then send your dispute letter to them directly. Now, you supposed to be on Nene, just DM me later because, okay, I'm finna on YouTube Live. I can't look on YouTube and Instagram. So if y'all watching on Instagram right now, please click out this live, go on my story, the link to join the YouTube Live where I actually have my screen and everything pulled up to show y'all what I'm talking about is linked in my story. Okay. I can't do looking at 2 screens, y'all. But boom. So if you already purchased my rental history disputing kit, that's what you need to do. You need to go in your kit, pull up those rental history bureaus so you can pull your reports, and then start putting your account information on your dispute letters so you can mail them into the rental history bureaus as well. This will be separate letters that you're sending out aside from your credit disputes. Just so y'all know. What about timeshares? Dana Young, if you have a timeshare, it's the same process. You're going to dispute either the dates, the amount reported, the highest balance incorrect, finding any of those inaccuracies. So for the most part, most account types, you are going to use the same disputing process. It's only certain accounts that I give y'all specific reasons that I know really be working. Like they be taking them off. So I'm gonna give y'all some of the reasons that I use if I have a specific account type. So for example, let's say I got an account, I don't see nothing incorrect, everything looks matching up, or I just don't know what to say. I'm gonna ask them, I'm gonna use the reinvestigation reason. And this is in my kits on the letter. I'm going to ask them to reinvestigate and verify all data for this account is reported accurately, including every notated date or balance, whether reported or not. That's what I'm going to ask. That's going to be my reason. Now, if I have a repo or an auto loan that is gone into collections, usually the highest balance will be different. So, for example, majority of the time, if you had a car that was wrecked or went into repossession status, when they got that car, if you owe $20,000, they sold that car to the auction. Majority of y'all, if your car was wrecked and it didn't get paid out by Gap or it was repo, they sold it at the auction to get some of their money back. So if when that happened, you were at 20, they sold it at the auction for 10,000, you now only owe 10,000 on that. But if you look at your auto loan, you'll see a lot of the times they'll still have that original $20,000 as your highest balance, and then one credit bureau will have the 10,000 or something. So when you have an auto loan that went into collections, I always say to use this reason. This account was sold at auction, the highest balance is incorrect. That's the repo reason. That's your auto loan reason, whether it was a repo or it was a wreck. If it's an auto loan, that's the reason I normally suggest y'all start out with. Now, for my people with medical bills. Medical bills are not supposed to report on your credit because it is a HIPAA violation. The first thing they do is start sending out your personal information about what you was treated for, and they did not send you a HIPAA form to consent to be sending out your information. So whenever you have a medical bill out the gate, this account reporting is a HIPAA violation. That's your medical bill reason that I always suggest. If you have an account pop up after you removed it, sometimes that can happen. Not often, but sometimes it does. This account was wrongfully reinserted. I was not notified. Please remove it. Legally, they're supposed to notify you within 5 days if they reinsert an account on your credit report. So I'm saying all that to say this. Whatever account type you got on the round one letter, I've already given y'all the reason to use. And in red, I tell you what type of account you use it for. So it's really no reason, why you can't necessarily kind of get started. But I don't want to say that. I want to say I give you the starting block to do what you need to do. Now, I also do understand that some people just need that one-on-one help. They need that one-on-one love from Rose. Y'all have additional personal questions you want to ask me. You're trying to figure out, hey, what do I need to do to qualify for a house, a car, business? I also do assist with business credit and funding. So if you guys want to learn those things, you need to join my DIY class because I go over all that there. And in the class itself, I actually dedicate a class once a month specifically for us to go over business credit and how you can build it out. Literally once a month. I actually just did the class last week for this month. I'll go over business credit, what you need to do to build it out. Because you already in my DIY class, that's just an additional thing that, I be wanting to share the love on for y'all. So I just add that as a little add-on or whatever. Whenever y'all join the DIY class. So if you haven't already, I would definitely suggest that you join the class. It is every Tuesday at 7:30 Central PM. That's when the live class is hosted. That's when we in that thing. It's $24.95 a month. It's no contract or nothing. You can cancel at any time, all that kind of great stuff. So, what happened? Baby, what is going on? And that is that the link to sign up for the class, it should still be pinned for y'all in the chat. Yeah, the link to sign up for the class should be pinned for y'all in the chat. So, yeah. Sign up. I'm gonna answer a few more questions before we get off here tonight. But I pretty much went over every account type, to be honest. So let me look at all the comments really quick. I went over medical bills. What time is the class? That was at 8. The class is 7:30 Central on Tuesdays. What if only one credit bureau is reporting? That's a great question. That is when you would use the reinvestigation reason that I showed you guys on the screen. When you ever have an account just reported on one credit bureau, that's always the one I suggest you start out with. Plus said he need one-on-one. Diamond, you have my number. Just text me. We can work it out. Diamond, where are you located? I'm in Houston, Texas. If for any reason it's 7:30 p.m. on Tuesdays, if y'all want to join the one-on-one class, I think y'all should be able to see the link pinned. But yeah, if you're interested, like I said, it's Tuesday at 7:30 Central p.m. I do a class on Wednesdays once a month at 7:30 as well, just for my people who can't make it on Tuesday. So if you are interested, you can click the link I put in the chat to sign up, or just send me a DM. We can kind of go back and forth about, any additional questions you might have, so we can get you rolling in the class. If the payment amounts are different on the credit report, can you dispute that? Yes, you can pretty much, if you see any amounts that are different, you can say the wrong amount is being reported and dispute that off of your credit report that way. Medical assistants do qualify. I did go over how to dispute hospital bills. What if the account's closed, but the bank you got credit through still trying to collect, but was on a payment plan? Can you dispute? Even if you're on a payment plan for an account for whatever reason, you can still dispute that account legally because they're reporting inaccurate account information. And as long as you're disputing the inaccuracies and things that you see, there's nothing they can do to stop you from doing those disputes, especially if you on a payment plan. So you still have a right to do that. That's like any account you paid on your credit report and it's still sitting on there as a collection. Even though you paid it, you can still continue and start disputing it. You don't have to not dispute it just because of that. That is a great question, Sarah. Once get an account removed, can you reopen an account with them again and get a good credit limit once your score is up? No, you cannot. That's the short answer. So if you owe, let's say you owe Bank of America, you had a credit card or an auto loan that went into collections. Just because you removed it off of your credit report, it does not take the debt away that you owe to Bank of America. So when you contact them about opening a new account, they're still going to see that you owed that debt to them from the one that went into collections. So the only way they will allow you to open a new account is if you pay what you owe. So the main thing that you're doing your credit repair for is you want to clean up your credit and you want to get your scores up so you can move forward and get financed with a new company. Just because you can't go back to Bank of America doesn't mean you can't go to the other hundreds of banks out there. You can still go to Capital One, Navy Federal, Chase, TDECU Credit Union. So you still have options to get financed elsewhere. But the only way you can go back to who you owe, even though you took it off your credit, is if you pay them. What if your daughter's student loans are on your credit? How do you switch it to her now that she's of age? You most likely have a Parent Plus loan. Usually with a Parent Plus loan, they will have to refinance that student loan into your daughter's name only to take you off. And you'll have to contact whoever the student loan provider is for that Parent Plus loan for y'all to be able to do that. And see, hey, I want to transfer myself off, refinance it just to my daughter. And they'll be able to tell you exactly what y'all need to do from there so y'all can start the steps. So I hope that answers your question, Michael. Galatians, what I would suggest, if anyone is wondering if you have an eviction, a rent debt, or some type of broken lease on your rental history, I suggest everybody pull their rental history report. That's my number one suggestion. If you think you might have something, go ahead and pull your 3 rental history reports and see if it's on there. And then from there, you'll know if you need to dispute or not. But if you even have an inkling, I say just go ahead and pull it and see if it's on there. Okay, Jessica just joined. The dispute letters for the rental history should be certified as well. Yeah, if you're sending in your disputes to the rental history bureaus, I would suggest you send those certified as well. Janaya, what did you miss? I'm sorry, y'all. So for people who are coming in later, I'm going to be honest. I was having some technical difficulties with starting the live that I originally scheduled on YouTube, but I did send out an email to everybody to let y'all know that this is the new link. And then I also put it in my story on Instagram, and I went live on Instagram and posted it on my main page. So I try to notify y'all as much as I could because I know I had some technical issues, but I figured out what I did wrong. So next time I won't. So just to clarify on the rental history disputes, if you have an eviction, broken lease, or rent debt, you first have to pull your rental history credit reports, not credit reports. You have to pull your rental history reports. So if you have a rent debt, eviction, broken lease, or rent debt, that's a particular type of account because it reports on your credit, but it can also report on your rental history. Your rental history is what can get you denied just as much as it being on your credit. So you have to pull your rental history report, which is a separate thing that I showed y'all on the screen to make sure, hey, if this is on my rental history, I need to dispute it there and my credit. But it's only the rent debt accounts that can report on both. I know it can be a little confusing, but how long should I wait between sending your dispute letters to the credit bureaus and the rental history? You can send them both right away. So because essentially you're sending it to 2 different type of entities. One is for your credit report, the other one is for your rental history. So you don't have to actually space those out. Even though some of them are with the credit bureaus, they have different addresses. If you look at it, the address to send in your credit report is different from the address to send for your rental history. So you don't have to space them out. If you get all your letters together at once, you can send them out. I don't want y'all to overwhelm yourselves with that process though. If you want to just focus on your credit report, get those mailed out, and then go into your rental history, you can do that as well. Kimberly, how much do you charge to just do the work for us? Erica, I'm glad you told it. She does not fix credit herself. She teaches us. I tried. I don't do credit repair, y'all. I appreciate that y'all trust me so much to want to pay me, but that's just not a service that I offer anymore. I'm actually very passionate about teaching y'all how to do it. That's why I'm on Zoom at 9:38 p.m. at night, because I love the subject of credit. I love talking about it, and I love teaching y'all about it. But what I don't love is doing it for people. It can be a very stressful business, and I'm just past that point in my life. I just like to have peace. And the peace I've had since I did credit repair before, no more, is worth more than any dollar y'all could pay me. I ain't even gonna lie. Rose, should I mail certified letters to the rental history to the post office? Yes. Send your rental history disputes certified as well as your credit bureaus. If the account has been closed due to it being 7 years, should I mail that letter or not? Account being closed doesn't really have anything to do with the 7-year rule. Based on the Fair Credit Report Act, any account that's on your credit report that's in collections, it will fall off of your credit 7 years from the date closed. So if you are not at the 7-year mark of the date closed, you need to dispute that account. Even if you're 5 months away, I would still suggest that you dispute that account, because the sooner you get the account off, the better. And that's just, that's just period. And to answer your question, this live will be y'all. The way YouTube is set up, as soon as we get off of here, it's automatically going to save on my channel under the live section. So y'all can access it at any time. Y'all don't even have to ask me for a link. You literally just go to YouTube, go on my Rose Credit Repair, and click the tab that says live, and you'll be able to see this video. Okay, I see what you're saying, Galatians. What if you got into a car accident and your company was supposed to pay, but they only paid half and left you with the rest? Now it's on your credit. How do you fight that? I'm not sure if you're saying how do you fight it as far as removing it off your credit, or how do you fight that the company didn't hold up their end of the bargain? Because if you're referring to the company, if you have some type of proof that they were supposed to pay that balance, you can use that as being a part of your disputes and say, this account was supposed to be paid by insurance in full. You need to remove this from my credit report immediately. But essentially, if you have proof of what you're saying, send that in with your disputes. If not, dispute the account details that's not matching up. Sarah, I did answer that. Any account that's in collections will stay on your credit 7 years from the date close. If you want to know where to pull your rental history, I did. I showed that on this live. You have to go to TransUnion Smart Move, Core Logic, and Experian Rent. Those are the 3 bureaus, and I showed the information on here for how you can do that, so you can catch it in the replay. But if you need the rental history report details along with the letters, that is available for y'all in my eviction removal kit, which you can get with the link that I'm going to put in the chat right now. So if you are interested in purchasing any of my ebooks that go along with what we went over tonight, you're interested in joining a DIY class, I just put the link in the chat. It'll take you to all those so that you can get what you need to keep things rolling. But I would honestly suggest, if you need more one-on-one help, join my class. That way I can help you. It took me 12 minutes. Listen, y'all, honestly, I didn't start the live on time because I was having difficulties. Honestly, I didn't start the live for a minute. So as soon as I started, I sent an email. Someone told me that if I can pay off some of your debt, I suggest y'all to keep the oldest card and then the one with the highest limit. Is that true? I do suggest you keep your oldest card open because closing it can cause your credit score to drop. Outside of that, I think I was saying this earlier. I don't suggest you have more than 3 to 4 credit cards max. If you have more than that, I would suggest you close the other cards. You want to keep your oldest cards and you want to keep your card with the highest limit. Those are going to be your 3 to 4 cards you keep. Everything else, Pay off the balance and close them out, because it's too much debt for you to keep up with. It's too many reasons to keep you in debt. And in this current climate, baby, anything can happen. And the first thing that go is them credit cards. That's from my experience from, doing this for so long. That's the first thing that people have problems with on their credit. So keep your oldest card and your highest limit and close the rest. Three to four cards max. Yes, the live will be saved on YouTube. I'm sleepy now. Oh, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate y'all for being on. You can only get your 3 bureau credit report for the 7-day free trial for $1 one time. You can't do it more than once. But thank you guys for joining tonight. I am gonna go ahead and end the live. Y'all, I'm tired. I've really had a long day. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in to the live. Y'all the realest, I promise. Y'all tuned in regardless of everything I had going on. So we're going to end it. If y'all have other questions, send me a DM on Instagram. If y'all have questions about tonight, joining the class, whatever. Whenever your card charge off, you need to dispute it. This, if you just coming in or you came in late, as soon as I get off of this live, it's going to save on YouTube under my live replay section. So whatever you miss, check that out. And if you have additional questions, send me a DM. Thank y'all.